Hello everyone, this is Sherry with Studio 28E Journal Creations, and I have a new journal to bring to you today. I had this Amish calendar that I got a couple of years ago at one of the stores, and they were giving it away with your groceries. So I saved it because the pictures were beautiful, and there's no Amish faces or anything. I don't think there's anything in here that would offend them. So I kept it, and I finally decided to use it. So I've created this journal, and it's 120 pages. And of course, I don't have a ruler in front of me. 120 pages. It's about 6 3/4 inches wide by almost 9. Oh yeah, I guess it is 9. And it's got a 1 3/4 inch spine. It's tied with this, I think it's like not organza, it's not silk. I'm not sure what it is. Crepe. And then I made this to hold it. And I got this idea from Jeanette Pickford, I believe. It's a popsicle stick and you poke holes in it. And I think I've done a video on it, but if you'd like to see it again, let me know. So the journal itself is made out of, I might have knocked myself out here, is, hold on a second, is made out of a book cover. And the outside is covered with a piece of quilting. Someone had started, I got a whole box of fabric from some friends, and someone had started a quilt and didn't finish it. And so I used parts of it for the cover and probably some of it on the inside. You'll see as we go along. So it's got, blues and oranges, yellows, violets, and turquoise, pinks, greens, everything. So on the front cover, we have this Amish buggy. And then this that I fussy cut out. And these were on Amish family was on another page. So I fussy cut it out, and then I pushed them closer together because in the first picture, the little girl is sitting on the ground, but they were way far away from their parents. So on the inside, we have this first cover of this first pocket. And there's a handkerchief in it that's been embroidered. And it's got crochet along the edges. Now, like I said, the pictures were absolutely beautiful, so I just couldn't. So we're going to start with winter. And this is a scene of someone's house, one of their houses. And I used a little bit of trim, very plain, with a little bit of blue, it's eyelet, to highlight it. And I guess I'm going to have to glue it back down because I had trouble with my glue. I don't know what is going on. This is a new bottle too. So we'll just patch that back down there. And there's a place to write. This is a quilt that I took out of, I believe it, I don't know, because I have a couple, I got it off the internet, yes. And this page I stenciled on. Here's another, I'm assuming that this is January's picture. And this would probably be February, March. It's got, where the leaves are coming out. And there's some stenciling over here on the left. And it's a blank page to write on. This is a fabric flip up. And this is another, a different kind of quilt pattern that was in the box with all the fabric. So I just made a flip up out of it. And just a little bow paper clip to put on there for decoration, nothing fancy. The pages are either, they're all mixed. We have I have some coffee dyes. We got paper bags. And this bag, I'm not going to pull them out. It's an old dictionary page. Has a picture of horses. I'm assuming spring is still on its way. And here's a picture down here of some canned goods that they made, and I put homemade sauces on it, and I had fussy cut that out. And this tag I made with some of the quilt squares and a Tim Holtz bird and a flower, and you can write on the back. And again, that's a paper bag. Now, they don't all open. I wanted just some solid pages too, because otherwise we would have had pockets and pockets and pockets, and I had trouble filling the pockets already. And this is a page of a pond, and it looks like spring to me again. And here's the back side of that. Back where the dates were, I covered it with white stationery paper. And here's some ads from from the catalog, and from like an Ohio magazine or Amish Country magazine, the site. And here's a little bit of Monopoly money to spend up there. So you can buy yourself some baked goods. There's another page made out of bags. Got a little tag in it with a lady embroidering. And a couple of vintage bingo cards. This page is some lovely roses. This was a picture of some canned goods on a shelf, and I cut it in half diagonally and put this wood stove with the teapot on it in the middle. And this is seam binding. Here's a tag I made, and it's got dictionary page on it, a little bit of lace, and I put 3 pieces of some of the quilting material on it with a button. And you can write on the back of that. And this came out of a floral magazine. It's lavender, and I use that as a tuck spot. There's that same boogie that's on the front, and I made a pocket out of this one and put a journaling card in it, and it's got, what the hey? Red. Pine trees on it, and the gentlemen are walking down the road. This is like the paint is coming off of it or something. Something over that. I'm following something quick. Okay, you can go over that so you don't bleed. That's no pocket here either. And this is the seam binding. 2 pages to write on. Here's I'm sure this is Amish made furniture with the roses in summer or springtime. Here's a page, just a paper bag page, and it's not a pocket. I made a pocket on this side, and this came out of a quilt magazine, a quilt book I had from like the 80s, I think. And there's a little boy and 2 little girls and a farm and a pie in a window. And I put these cards in here for journaling. I don't believe I inked any of the pages, but I did I don't know, I did handwrite like handmade quilts and whatever. This is a page that came, I want to say, out of one of the magazines of a quilt hanging. There's some library cards. It's a page, that's the other page of that pond. This is supposed to be a hat, but it got squashed. And it's holding on to this tag. There's a topper. And this is vintage trim. And this is a little writing book with torn pages. If I can get it apart, I will show you. It's just a few little pages. It's nothing fantastic. You can use the pages or write on them or whatever. Or do nothing. That's your choice. So, this is kind of hard to do. Not this book, this little writing page, but because you wanted to make sure that you got pictures that didn't have faces in them. Unless, of course, it was on the calendar, and if it was on the calendar, then I'm assuming it was okay, which is probably wrong. Here's a piece of ledger with, I don't know, American Hog System. Vintage, 1968. It's just some writing space. There's a lot of writing space. There's another horse, and I did a little cluster with a dictionary page, some paper, and some material, and this says rain. Strap fastened to the side, a bit of a horse or other animal. And here's just a writing page. Here's a page with some stencils on it. You can write on that as well. There's the other side of the page that shows that spring is coming because the leaves are budding. I guess there's a little bit of a glare, isn't there? Hope you can see it. There's the other side of the quilt. Writing page. Here's the other side of the, I'm assuming it's January page because it's winter. Here's the second signature. We've got fall. Shows the pond and the orange tree reflecting. And this is a pocket. Well, yes. And it's got a letter. I don't know what's in the letter, but there's a letter in there from 1957. And I think there's another letter, and I think they're from the same people, but that's right. It's the back side of their house, and there's, well, looks like a buggy for kids with a little pony. This is some eco-dyed paper. The center signature has a lot of dyed pages and not so many graphics. Some seed packets, and here's like the inside of the store looking out with maple syrups and pies and whatever. Here's another page. Looks like the gentlemen are at an auction or something. And here's two little kiddos sitting playing in the dirt and the rocks. The journaling card. It's another side of the eco page. Here's a altered paper clip. This is, I think it's from 1965. Creating caramel apples or funny-faced apples. I want to take it out because it's pretty fragile. Here's a page topper. It says cultivate kindness with the chickens in the barn. These are just writing pages. There's a blue stencil. Came through the page some. I didn't realize that. There's some more of my blueberry eco dyed paper. Here's some cabbage dyed paper. And it's got a tuck spot on the side and a picture of a pie that was made with still some of the ingredients and equipment still out. There's a big, large journaling card. There's a blueberry dyed paper. And you can see when I did it, I put some rusty bits in there and it came out on the page. Here's that banner again that I used. And this was cute. I saw Carol Tinson showed this on her channel. It's a writing. So you open this, flip it up. 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 And you can do as many pages, excuse me, pages as you like. Just make them, I would just make them, you know, like a 1/4 inch smaller, or depending on which way you're working. 1/4 inch difference between the front pages. Then they just fold back down. Not like that, but they fold back down. And they'll give you a lot of writing space. And it can be used on the front as a topper, or in a pocket, or just in the journal like I have it here. As I get going, I get confused. It's like, oh no, which way does it go? But the back of your page, the bottom of your back page is always glued to the top of your front page. And it is glued on the back, the twine is. And I just tied it with a little bit of twine to decorate it up a little bit and put a little if you can see it very well, bird bath stencil on the front of it. It slips in there nicely. Like I said, you can make as many pages as you want. Some more eco-dyed paper. Here's some dictionary pages. Here's an altered paper clip that I made. It's not. There's some stencil pages. This looks like it might have been in an eco-dyed batch because of this. Here's a pocket with 4. This is a bookmark right on the back of it if you like. It's a piece of writing paper. There's a journaling card. Here's Blicken, which is German for to look. And here's one of the cards from the magazine. Yeah, these are coffee dyed. So some of them were coffee dyed, tea dyed. I mean, I don't think I used any white pages. This is a pocket that I made from Mutiny on the Bounty. And here's some maps of the areas up north where you can go to visit. Didn't decorate that. I didn't do a lot of decorating because the Amish people don't do a lot of decorating. This is cabbage dyed. This is eco dyed with flowers. It's the other side of the farm, which is a pocket. And there are some, what are these called? Flashcards. Math flashcards in there. The back side of this winter scene or fall scene has the lady or a girl driving a horse and buggy. And we're back to winter again. There's another quilted flip up. And it's a pocket, and there's nothing in the pocket. I hope to find something to put in the pocket. Here's a little envelope that I covered to make it look quilted. And there are charms in there. It's held on with this altered paper clip. Well, it's a hidden paper clip, so you can't see the paper clip, but there's another stenciled page. There's another page of that quilt. There's another one of the letters. Like I said, I have no idea what they're about. I hope they're good. I hope. Here's just a definition of a farm, but it's in German. There's a farmer. There's another page from the calendar that I just could not use. It's the wintertime with the horse and buggies. I don't know, maybe it's church. Seems like there's a lot of people, a lot of buggies there. And there's something you can use as a tuck spot. It looks like an antique shop. There's a lot of wrought iron and steel. Here's a horse and buggy sign. This is just a children's vintage handwriting book, and I think this was like 1960 something as well. Here's another altered paper clip. This is a tuck spot of the fence. There's that little boy again. I made him into a journaling card. No hat this time. No. Covered bridges. Same binding. Just a guest check that you can decorate. Here's an altered envelope that I put 2 vintage cards in. Must have been some kind of game. And the little horse shows through the envelope if he's in there. There's the other side with the ponies. So the baby. Here's another pocket, and it's got some index cards. It's another stencil. And there's a paper bag. It looks like it's a pocket, is it? No. And there's the last page with that blue trim. and the rest of that horse and buggy in the snow. And here's a pocket. And this you can use as a writing board to put behind your page so you can write, and you can write firmly and it won't go on to your next page. So if you're interested in this, let me know. I am going to put it in my Etsy eventually. It's pretty heavy. Like I said, I don't know, I found the perfect book for it. It's got the hidden spine so you can't see the strings or the stitching or whatever you want to call it. And this just goes on here, and you can adjust it. So if you want to wrap it so it comes around to the front and ties, or ties on the side. I mean, it's up to you. There's, it's personal preference. But there's enough fabric here so you can wrap it a couple of times. So if you're interested, let me know. If you were not a member of our Facebook group, Studio 28 Journal Creations, why don't you stop on over and see what's going on. And this is part of a collaboration that Sheila Gingrich is doing. She's promoting some of our channels so we can, build up the members or subscribers. So please give me a thumbs up, like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. And take a look at some of the other people that are participating in this, and have a good time. I mean, there's a lot of good, there's some excellent, they're artists that are doing this. So thank you for watching, and I will see you later. Have a good evening. Bye-bye now.